What's up, y'all? It's TinaRenea here. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit that like button. Go ahead and comment, subscribe. I wasn't even planning on coming to release a word to you guys on today. At least I didn't think that it was time to release the word. But nonetheless, I'm just being obedient and I'm getting on here sharing with you guys what the Lord has shared with me. Now, this morning at 3:33, the Lord called me into prayer. While I was in prayer, he took me into a vision. So this is back BC, before Christ. So in this vision, I was hanging on the block with my homeboys, with my crew. Now, I'm an 80s baby. The way we came up back in the day, if you mess with one, you messing with all. Is loyalty over everything else. Loyalty and family over everything else. So once again, we hanging on the block, something pop off and everybody take off running and we go towards where the action is. I don't know what we're running towards. I don't know what we doing, but all I know is one of my crew members take off. I'm right behind them because if you come for one, you coming for all of us. So everybody's running. As we're running towards whatever it is that has popped off, more people are gathering in, more people are running with us. Because when you have influence, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're running in one direction and you got people that's following you, they're going to jump on board and follow you as well. So by this time, it's like the whole block is running in the same direction. We don't know where we going, but all we know is something has popped off and we come in to handle it because we take care of ours. Now, in the midst of us running, I glance over and I see, I don't really remember who the person was. All I know is that it was a familiar, like the person gave me a familiar feel. It's like I knew them. I've known them all my life, and it was somebody that I actually trusted and I had confidence in. And I saw them running in the opposite direction. Nobody was chasing them or anything. They were running in the opposite direction. And because I knew this person, because I trusted this person, because this was a voice that I felt comfortable with, and I knew that they wouldn't lead me in the wrong direction, I broke away from my crew, my friends, and I started running after the one that I knew for a fact would not lead me down the wrong path. While we're running in the opposite direction, we go into this forest and we sit down and we hide behind a tree. And nobody was chasing us. It was calm. It was collected. And when I came out of the vision, I asked the Lord, what does that mean? And what does that mean for your people? And what he said was that many of us are engaging in battles, engaging in stuff that ain't even for us. He didn't even tell us to run that way. Follow God. Follow the path that most people aren't trying to take because they think because the crowd isn't going this way, there's not going to be any fruit over here. But you're looking for the peace and the serenity and the presence of God. That person that I was following, that was Christ. I was following the Lord. He led me to a safe place. We were praying. And what the Lord is saying is that you're called to fight certain battles, but the way that you're used to fighting it, the way that you're used to handling it, running up on people, cussing them out, fighting them with your fists. No, he has called you to war in a different type of way. He has called us to fight on our knees. Get out of that race and follow the path that is less taken. That's where you're going to find your peace and your rest and your strength. And that place is where you're going to allow the Lord to fight for you instead of you trying to fight for yourself. The thing with most believers, especially the ones from the street, especially the ones that grew up with that hard knock life, there are some parts of you that God is still trying to use. Yeah, you know how to fight. You know how to fight with your fists because that's what you're accustomed to. That's what you had to do to survive for so long. But when you've been called out, when you've been set apart, God wants you to fight for him. Stop fighting for the devil. Stop fighting for the enemy. Fight on your knees. God will pull you away into a secret place. He will hide you. He will cover you. All you got to do is fight and pray in the spirit and watch God work for you. Watch him make your enemies be your footstool. There's a story in the Bible that talks about how David was out fighting a war that had nothing to do with him. God didn't even tell him to fight that war. And because of that, he lost everything. Not only did he lose everything, everybody that was connected to him lost everything. Their wives, their children, their possessions, because of him not being obedient and engaging in something that had had nothing to do with him, they lost it all. God didn't tell him to pursue that fight. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if God has called you to fight it, fight it. But don't fight it the way that the world fights it. Go into that secret place, that place that he's calling you to, and fight on your knees. I love you guys. And until next time, be blessed.